Hello.
Hello. I was like, we weren't recording yet. I thought I had time. I just asked Kyle if I can have his butt cushion. He has a special one.
That's fine. We can wait for your butt to be comfortable. That's totally fair.
I was like, oh, shit, maybe.
Well, while we're waiting for your butt to be, conditioned, Jessica, what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking alcohol Kool-Aid, aka Girls' Night Out. So
I love Girls' Night Out.
Gosh,
We know you love Girls' Night Out.
Is it strawberry or watermelon?
Or strawberry watermelon.
It is strawberry samba.
Ooh.
That is strawberry watermelon. There's two on there.
It is.
It's strawberry and
You're right,
watermelon.
but it just says strawberry samba. Oh,
so it's called strawberry. There's strawberry watermelon, and then there's peach and white grape, and then there's another one. I forget what the other one is.
Raspberry and something. Is
it's just all good.
Yeah, okay, so my mother-in-law was coming over today and my husband's not here. So I had to do a big clean. So I had to reward myself, obviously.
Obviously.
Good reward, yeah.
Yes.
Sonia, what are you drinking tonight?
Sangria. It's not real sangria, guys. It's just wine and pop. I have 4 bottles of wine I need to go through. People keep giving me wine. So I'm like, why not?
My wine is upstairs that Jessica got me for my birthday. I still haven't cracked open it. I probably should. But I'm drinking raspberry vodka with Sprite and ginger ale on the side.
And a side of ginger ale. I need a chaser for my mixed drink.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes they come out just a wee bit too strong. I mean, not for me personally. Yeah, I power through. Half the time, Chris and I will be at a restaurant, and he'll be adventurous. He'll want to try a different drink, and he'll get it. And then I'll get a regular drink, like a mojito or whatever. And then he'll drink it. And he'll be like, "Oh, that's so strong." And I'm like, "Do you want to switch?" That's fine. I'll drink it. I guess.
If I have to.
You're twisting my arm already.
Okay, so today I just thought of this idea this morning, and I guess we're doing it. So for those that don't know, we are all parents of autistic children, and that in case you also didn't know, it's genetic.
Hereditary.
So I thought it'd be funny if we took the RAADS-R autism test and see how autistic are we.
I've already been diagnosed. I just throwing that out there. But it'll be fun to see how much the test.
I had because I had to pay private and everything for my one. Both my kids are diagnosed, and they're both from different fathers. And I got diagnosed with a genetic condition that's highly comorbid with autism. So eventually I might seek a diagnosis, but till then I'm gonna save that $6,000 for vacations.
That's right. You can do anything, right? You have autism, whatever.
Yeah, if I needed a diagnosis for something, for a work stuff or disability stuff, then I'd be more inclined. But as of right now, a diagnosis wouldn't change anything for me. I'm pretty sure I am. But just based on all the other things I said. But other than that, I've been diagnosed with a million mental health illnesses that could all be explained by autism.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Autistic people are more likely to struggle with anxiety, depression, bipolar, mood disorders, schizophrenia. There's a whole bunch of,
high rates of epilepsy, ADHD, hypermobility disorders, digestive tract disorders.
I have it all.
Neurological disorders. There's just a million things that are kind of attached to autism, because it's kind of if your brain is wired a different way, so is the rest of your body.
It's like the brain is you.
Oh my God, no way.
What?
What?
So I'm just going to explain a little bit about the RAADS-R, RAADS-R. And it's a self-report instrument. However, the authors that created it mentioned that a clinician might help a participant interpret items if they have difficulty understanding the question. Because part of an autism diagnosis isn't just answering the question, it's why you answer that way.
And how you answer. Yeah.
The test assesses developmental symptoms correlating with 3 DSM-5 diagnostic categories: language, social relatedness, and sensory motor, as well as a 4th subscale, circumscribed interests. Okay, the RAADS-R is a reliable instrument to assist the diagnosis of diagnostic adults. No neurotypical who took the test scored above the autism threshold.
That's right, neurotypicals. You failed.
Yeah, so that doesn't mean if you end up in the autism threshold, you have autism. It just means you have autistic traits, which usually means there's something else there, like maybe ADHD or something else, which is why when you reach a certain threshold, you should see a clinician. Only 3% of the autistic group did not score over 65. So 3% of autistics tricked the test into being neurotypicals.
Mm-hmm.
But neurotypicals never trick the test to be autistic. So
it's because we learn how to be neurotypical, right? So you're like, what answer do
we
you
mask
want me to
so
do?
well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the retest reliability was high, particularly for the autistic group. That means if you took the test once and you got around the same score, you'll probably get it again. So I figure I'll just read each question and then we can kind of all give our answers. We can discuss it, whatever. And I will put them all in. I have it all open. And then we'll find out our scores at the end. So I'm going to just start with, first, any questions? Is there any questions?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm good. Let's start this.
Good. Let's do this,
bitch.
How autistic are you?
Contestant number 1.
Sorry. Okay. Question number 1. I am a sympathetic person. Now, your choices are the same all the way through the test, but I will repeat them for you if you need to. So A is true now and when I was young. B is true only now. C is true only when I was younger than 16. And D is never true.
So this, because sympathetic and empathetic are 2 different things.
Yes.
And I don't know. I don't know. It's a hard question because I'm more empathetic than I am sympathetic. I understand what you're going through, not whatever, I'm sorry. It sucks to be you.
I feel like I was sympathetic when I was young, and then I learned empathy. It was I feel so sorry for you when I was young, and I heard people going through things, I'm so sorry for you. And now it's I feel what you're feeling. Mm-hmm. Versus as a kid, I was just you're supposed to be sorry for these people.
Yeah.
Don't think I ever am sympathetic, but I understand people. I understand things, but that doesn't mean I sympathize with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you know what they're saying, but you don't care.
You can understand why something.
I can understand why they're saying what they're saying and whatever, but I don't sympathize with them.
Because you're a sociopath.
Okay, so.
Okay, so Dawn's answer is never true.
Never. Yeah. I'm overly empathetic. Too empathetic towards others, not enough sympathetic. So I put
that I was true only when I was younger than 16 because it was I felt sympathy, poor, blah blah blah, because I didn't understand what empathy was at a young age, and now that I understand what empathy is, it's different. It's I don't feel sorry for you, but I understand, kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I'm going to say that I am not sympathetic.
So never true.
Never true.
Sonia, am I writing your answers down too for you?
Sure, why not? I'm going to get my test
thing.
after. Yeah. I'm going to get them anyway. I hate questions like that. This is why you need to be with like a psychologist because.
Okay, every like question is like that.
I know. Oh my God. It's going to cause me so much stress. We got this.
There's no wrong answers. That's the worst part because you feel like there is.
Yeah.
But
okay,
it's like, am I lying
but
to myself?
So we all had to like explain why our answer was like we're like hold on because it doesn't like we had to overanalyze it. We're like wait.
That just put us right there anyway. Like that's
we're okay.
Plus 50 points.
It's over. We finished.
We don't need to do any more.
Okay, this next one's gonna be fun. I often use words and phrases from movies and television in conversations. A, true now and when I was young. B, true only now. C, true only when I was younger than 16. Or D, never true.
A, fucking all the time.
Mine's true now.
True only now?
Yeah. I never like quoted movies before.
You know what?
Not when I was a kid.
Didn't. No, you know what? I'm going to say I didn't because people thought it was weird. So I would be like, no, I won't say that to that person.
See, I had this problem where I quoted movies that no one even heard of, and I still do that sometimes. And I'm like, what do you mean you never heard of this obscure thing that I know so much about? What?
What?
No, it's true only now. I only developed like
maybe
that
true now. Yeah, because when I'm younger, people are like, I would only do it with my brothers.
So then you did do it.
Yeah, but my brothers were safe people.
Yeah, but it doesn't say whether or not conversations.
If you've ever done it, period, throughout your childhood. So then I think yours always, true always.
So A, okay. Yeah, I think I did with Dahmer's mom too.
Well, it doesn't say in every conversation, right? It just in conversations. So
why I never did it as a kid is because I never seen the appeal to it. Like it never like stuck to me, never seen the appeal. I seen as I got older, other people doing it. Therefore, I was like, okay. So then I started doing it.
It's just a good way to communicate without actually having communication skills.
Yeah, like, oh my God, yeah, so we've seen the same movie. I can just start quoting that. Like, I learned that later on in life.
Songs in movies, I would just bust out whenever I like felt like it. Like, I was like this 6-year-old that would just, like, how are you, Jess? Oh, happy, happy, joy, joy. You know, because I was really big into Ren and Stimpy. That was just how life was. Okay, well, that one was pretty fairly easy.
That was easy painless. For me. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's me all the time. But then I was confused because Joe was like, I didn't do that when I was younger. And I was like, wait a second, did I do that? And I was like, only with select people. So
you still did it.
Did it.
Okay, question 3. I am often surprised when others tell me I have been rude.
No,
never.
Really? I have a tone sometimes that I don't mean to have, and I've had people be like, excuse me? And I'm like, did I say something rude? I'm like, no, it's your tone.
Oh, see, I understand my tone. I'm like, your tone is off. I was like, oh shit, sorry, let me say that.
I've gotten better, but I don't know.
No, I'm aware when I'm rude. I'm straight up aware. Like someone will point out and be like, you're being rude. I'm like, yeah, I know.
I can be rude on purpose. Like,
being rude on purpose, but like, you know,
even my accident is on purpose. Like, I'll be like, I'm not I'm not apologetic at all.
Because you're a sociopath. We're gonna find out at the end.
This is a lot. Like, I'm on the antisocial spectrum now.
Wait. So is it never true for you then, Dawn? Not even when you were younger?
Yeah, no.
You just always knew when you were being a bitch?
Always knew. Yeah,
always knew.
I would always
tell her. You can verify this for me. Like,
yeah, she's like, I don't care. Yeah. So the problem is that like I'm pretty sure my family is also on the spectrum, undiagnosed, and they've never were aware of my tones. Like, you know, it's just like because they're loud and obnoxious, and I'm quiet. So whenever I said anything, if it was short, they didn't think anything of it. You know, like so. I think they just think that's me. But now as an adult, my kids notice it. They're like, oh, like, are you upset with us? I'm like, no. Like, what are you talking about? And they're like, oh, you sound upset with us. And so My kids notice it.
Okay, so do you think it was always the case and just your family missed it, or do you think it's only now?
I think my family missed it. My family missed a lot.
So true now and when I was young?
I'm going to say when. Yeah, you know what? It has to be. I don't think I've changed.
Okay, question 4. Oh, and for those watching, if you Google RAADS-R, it's the first test to pop up, the one we're doing. So feel free to do it along and tell us what your score is in the comments.
How autistic are you?
Yeah, we want to know is how we'll do. Oh my gosh, we could do like a spreadsheet of like our audience.
Okay,
their RAADS-R scores.
There you go.
We do like a pie chart, like how much of our audience is autistic. We know how much of our audience is male and female and their ages.
Yeah,
I don't know autism diagnosis.
Let's do it. I'm gonna share this when this comes out. I'll share it with everybody. Tag autism, and then we'll see.
What's your score?
What's your score?
Okay, number 4. Oh no,
is this a hard one?
No, I feel like I feel like it's pretty easy.
Okay.
Sometimes I talk too loudly or too softly, and I'm not aware of it.
Always.
Me, it's loud. I get so loud.
Yeah, same.
So
I raise my voice.
I get obnoxious, and sometimes I am aware. It's only when I'm around people I like, though. I'm like, but then when I'm not around people I like, I'm very quiet. Like I can't even yell for like.
Oh, but when I was a kid, I was quiet. I wasn't loud as a kid.
But it's too loudly or too softly. So were you too softly, and you didn't like realize? Because that counts in the question. It's too loudly or too softly. Because autism's always extremes.
You weren't Sammy loud.
No, I wasn't.
But you weren't quiet.
I don't know. I wasn't a very like loud kid.
I'm gonna say you were. Maybe
I wasn't because times my parents, like my mom or my nanny, had to check on me to make sure I was like still like they shout upstairs.
Oh, that's because you were an only child. That's different.
But I was quiet. But I mean, I wasn't loud. That's what I'm saying. Like I wasn't loud.
I didn't know you when you were a kid. I can't judge. I'm sorry.
So when I'm around people I like, I'm super obnoxious and loud. But when I'm not around people.
Maybe that's why you think I was loud is because when I was with you, like I would mirror myself to you. Like I would always kind of match your energy.
She would just mask around you. You don't even know the real Dawn.
I don't even know.
It's just Sonia in a mask.
No, I got rephrased like I have fun and I got louder as I got older. So is that
Oh yeah, definitely. You were more mature as a kid than you were as an adult.
I stopped needing to be the grown-up when I turned to be. So I think, what is that one? After 16? That's still the answer, right?
True only when I was younger than 16, but you can say true only now, which means over than 16.
Yeah, because
like
that's
an
all
adult.
the time. Either or. Like now it's either or. Either I'm obnoxious around you because I like you, or I'm quiet because I don't like you.
I either didn't talk or I talked too much. Like there was no in between. Like it was always, and like I would, as I got more excited, I would get louder. And sometimes I do realize now, but I can't stop. It's like, oh my God, I can't, like, I know, like I see myself almost like third person. Like I see myself constantly getting louder, but I just can't.
You're like, what is happening?
Yeah, like, oh my God.
I think I don't care anymore. I'm like, whatever it is. What is? That's why I have an acquired taste. Now that like I got older, you know, people didn't like me when I was younger either. But like as I got older, less and less people could tolerate me. So I think I just stopped caring. I'm like, whatever, I don't care. Like if you don't like me, that's on you.
That's unmasking.
It is, yeah.
Taking the mask off.
Like we talked about this before in our episodes where like we used to have another group of friends and they were just like so rude. we're like, okay, I can be myself, and I couldn't, you know. Yeah. So like, we
went on a girls' trip because we thought we all were friends, and they broke into cliques.
Yeah,
like how does that happen? You're with like 6 girls. Like, how do you break into cliques? Like, I was by myself. I like that.
I was like, what the hell? I was bouncing between everyone.
That hike up the mountain, I did it by myself. I was just by myself the whole time and just walked it.
I know I was with Marie because
I know.
And I was like, it's okay, John, we can do it. And the other two were like, fuck off.
Sonia was with me is because like I was like fucking falling way behind. I was like, oh, I can't do this.
Yeah, it was hard for you, and it's okay. Not everyone can do hikes, but like the rest of them were like, bye, bitches.
I walked at my own pace. I wasn't gonna keep up with them. Like, fuck that shit. I'm doing this for myself.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I didn't care.
No.
But it was just so
we
funny,
should redo that trip with just us, where we actually do the things we planned on doing that we didn't all get to do.
Yeah. Like actually walk around the town for like
we were
the
gonna like
day.
do like a whole fake reality show thing that never happened, and like there was like a bunch of stuff, but no one wanted to be silly with us. So maybe us silly girls should just do that.
Yeah, the ones that don't mind being a little extra and out there. That's why we used to have like themed parties and like.
Oh, I miss that.
I miss the theme parties.
Yeah, should just have a themed party with the three of us. When Sonia comes down.
Why not? Just dork. That'll be the theme.
I have all the 2020s decorations in my basement unused.
I mean, it's only almost 2024. Might as well use them.
Yeah, we still have 6 years.
Yeah.
I know, but 4 years are almost wasted already. Like,
okay, Dawn, what's your answer? Sorry,
mine was it was now yes, but not when I was a kid.
Okay, true.
Not,
got it.
Yeah,
got it. I just
even if Sonia disagrees with me,
you know your life better.
It's true.
Okay, number 5. I often don't know how to act in social situations.
Always.
Yeah, always.
See, for me, that's a hard question because I read books. So, like, now I kind of know. Sometimes I lose control. Right? Sometimes I get a little silly and I lose control. But other times, like, I know when to, like, chime in and do the bit and blah, 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 blah. Like, job interviews. People. I'm so good at job interviews. The job, nah. But the job interview, brilliant. I always get the job.
Yeah, me too. Every job I've ever interviewed for, I've gotten it.
Yep.
But it's getting to that interview and after the interview.
Yeah, it's like the actual job. Ugh. But like when I did the interview process, I was always goated. So for me, it's going to be only true when I was younger. Because I think I'm pretty good in I get too TMI, but I feel like that's what people like sometimes. Like neurotypicals, they're like, oh my gosh, that's so scandalous.
Yeah, they're like, you got that.
Ooh. Okay. So you guys were always true.
Always true.
I think I don't care anymore. But when I was younger, like this was before, like as I got older, I just don't care. And as I was younger, I was very reserved. I masked a lot. I had to pretend to be a grown-up. That's how I was like good in situations. Was like, oh, you're such a grown-up. You're so mature. I'm just masking around adults. That's what I'm doing.
If you see like a super mature young kid, they've probably experienced some form of trauma or neglect.
Yeah,
like
or autistic.
Or they're autistic, but I feel like most of the time if you're autistic, you've automatically experienced some form of trauma or neglect because, you know, that just comes with the territory. People don't know what's going on. If you're becoming of a sensory issue, it's neglectful not to fix that, but most of the time the parents wouldn't know. So it's not like purposeful
neglect,
but it can be traumatic to be undiagnosed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my mom was very conceal, don't feel. If you've seen Frozen, that's like how her parents dealt with it. It was a shit show. But like she was dealing with her own like shit that she didn't get diagnosed or cared for. So like when it came to like whatever was going on with me, she was always like, no, don't talk to me about it. Like, no, just keep that to yourself.
Yeah. Like I feel like I mean I even feel bad because like my son didn't get diagnosed till this year and he's 13 years old. And it was like now I'm like looking back and a lot of things we thought was like something else or a lot of things we thought were related to his epilepsy could easily be explained via autism, which means I would have dealt with it differently if I had known. So it's like I was neglectful in those instances, not purposefully. Right. But it still can be neglectful. Like not every terrible thing is like on purpose. Some people are accidentally abusive. Like they don't realize it when they're acting to their children because they don't know any better or they don't understand the underlying circumstances.
Yeah. It's everyone's learning, right? That's what ending generational trauma is. You're just like, you learn and then you fix your mistakes. But
so keep aware of those really responsible children. Okay, question 6. Now this is the empathy question.
Oh, okay.
I
can put myself in other people's shoes.
I'm gonna say Domini's gonna say never.
Like, it's not that I don't understand when I say like I can put in their shoes. I just don't care. Like,
yeah, you're a sociopath. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Sociopath, and autistic, and an ADHD are walking to a bar.
They're all one person.
Mine's never. All right.
They're like, "Hi, my name's Dawn. I'm here for my usual." Okay, so is it never true, Dawn?
Yeah, it's never true.
Mine is a reverse sympathy. So I had sympathy when I was younger and not so much now, where I have empathy now, but not so much when I was younger. So mine's true only now.
Mine's always A.
Yeah, she's very empathetic.
Yeah. Too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, Sonia will like ask me things and she's like, "Oh, like you should like, man, I feel so sorry for them." I'm like, "I don't."
Yeah. Like we're like
we don't care.
Opposite. Like that's I don't know how we were ever friends.
I don't know.
None of the same interests. Nothing.
Or like when she's really upset about like someone like upsetting her or whatever, she'll tell me, I'm like, "Why do you care? Just like fuck it.
Just don't worry about it." Yeah.
Yeah. That's the advice I give her all the time. I'm like, "Fuck it. Just fuck it.
Don't worry about it."
I think there is a link between sociopathy or narcissism with autism. They tend to find them as friends and partners.
Yeah, well, like
so
the autism spectrum and the antisocial spectrum and all that, like they overlap a lot.
Okay, well, number 7. I have a hard time figuring out what some phrases mean, like "you are the apple of my eye."
Yes, always.
I don't have a hard time figuring them out. I just always question them, and then when I go to repeat them, I get them wrong, and I say things like "go piss yourself." What did I say? In the one episode.
You've been saying so the saying is you gotta laugh laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah.
And yours is you just laugh about it so you don't cry.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, you guys always, every single time, completely wrong.
I have the spirit.
It is.
You have to stop yourself from crying. And she's like, "You gotta laugh so you don't cry."
Yeah, well, it means the same thing. It's just the words are jumbled. Okay,
yeah, it's fine, and I know
it's just not worded properly.
So I don't correct you if that's how you
want
to say it. That's how you want to say it. Whatever makes you happy.
See, I always get the words. It's always like just slightly mixed up. I don't know. Maybe I have aphasia. I don't know. At what point does it become diagnosable?
God. It's always, I think if you're also ADHD, things in your brain get mixed up. Like I always call it like a crayon factory because you're thinking something and then by the time it makes its way out of the factory, it's all fucked up in like box of crayons. It's shit.
Yeah.
So what's your answer, Sonia?
Well, I was just gonna say, I'm gonna say true now. And when I was young, not that so much that I have a hard time figuring them out, but like I always question them and get them wrong and that kind of stuff. And I feel like that makes it hard to figure out if I'm getting it wrong. So
I don't have issues. If I've never heard it before, I will look it up and then I'll be like, "Oh, okay, whatever." Like I'm indifferent about them.
Okay, maybe I'm changing mine. Cause like I do understand what phrases are now, but as a kid, I definitely didn't.
Well, it's
I had a hard time.
In context, right? You're like, why are they saying them?
Yeah.
I never had a problem ever.
So you're never.
Yeah,
you're never. And mine was I was not when I was a kid.
Yeah, so true only now?
Yeah, true now.
And I think that's, again, it goes with like mirroring adults. You're like, that's how you're supposed to be. So you like study them all the time. So like it's.
Okay, when I was 9 years old, I was driving with my mom and my stepdad to Alberta because we were moving there. And so we were staying in hotels, which meant I didn't have a regular bedtime. So I stayed up watching like late night shows like Jay Leno. And he was telling dirty jokes, but I didn't know they were dirty. So the next day I like told the joke. It was about like some guy being like, I can't remember the whole joke, but it's like, how do you give head and shoulders? He's like, well, how do you give shoulders? Or something like that. I didn't get it. He's talking about head. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
9. But I said the joke anyway to try to be funny to the adults. And they just looked at me.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck? What are you watching?
Jay Leno. Okay. That's what I was watching.
No, I think that's why, again, a lot of adults thought I was very mature, was because like I just understood things happening around me. Like I knew my friend had like an abusive dad, and she didn't at a young age. Yeah, alcoholic, abusive dad. I'm like, why is your mom with him? She's like, what do you mean? That's just how they're supposed to be. You don't have a dad. You don't understand.
Yeah,
I was like, I wouldn't want one. Thanks. Like that's not. I always was like, your mom like shouldn't be with them. Like it was, you got a young age, and she was just like. You don't know.
Well, I feel like also if you grow up with that, it is normal to you, so you don't understand it's wrong
I guess
either.
So.
Like I feel like it's always like kind of easier to like look out if you're like a child born into that. I'm sure now as an adult they've realized. Hopefully,
I don't know. Like the mom has moved on wonderfully, but like I would not forgive at all. Like it's not my business, it's not, but like I mean, no, I don't forgive ever. That's my thing.
I don't talk to my parents, so
I don't forgive. You do something wrong, nothing. That's it. You're cut off forever.
I'm sure that's probably a question on here.
Yes, probably, yeah.
Okay, number 8. I only like to talk to people who share my special interests.
No, not true. Never.
John's like never true for anything.
Well, no, because I
you talk to people about stuff.
Yeah, all the time, and it's not even like my interest, and I'll listen to them.
Yeah, but do you like to talk to like you're talking to people, but do you enjoy those interactions? Do you like to talk to people about anything other than a special interest?
No,
it's not saying you only talk to people about your special interests. It's saying you only like
people about their interest. I don't. Like
no, I don't. See, Domri, let's talk about Neverwinter.
No.
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
No. The only thing we talk about is like books that we've read and like gray sweatpants. Those are the only topics we like can talk about.
Are you changing your answer, Dawn?
Yeah, like So what's the question so I can get the answer right?
I only like to talk to people who share my special interests.
Okay, so that's an always. I always only like to talk to people.
Oh man.
I feel like for me it's true only now because as a kid I was just like, talk to me. I need attention. I'll listen to whatever you want. Blah blah blah. Because I was always the new kid. I went to like 12 different schools. So I feel like I was just craving any social interaction. Now, I like to talk about, I have a lot of special interests, like a lot of things I know a little about. Like my special interest is always knowing things.
Yeah.
So that's your,
yeah, right. So it's always just like, I know a little bit about a lot of things. So as long as it's about that little bit I know, I got you. So I said true only now. What about you, Sonia?
Mine is true only now because I don't give a shit. Like, no, wait. Wait.
True now, but not when you were a kid. Or true.
When I was a kid, no one shared the same interests as me. That was the problem. My brothers, but they were like, they're 6 and 9 years older than me. So they were like, yeah, I'm too cool for you. Like, fuck off. Sometimes my brothers were really cool and they would let me like interesting thing like Stargate. Started watching it as 9 and my brothers would let me talk about that all the time. But like nobody else. Video games, my brothers would let me talk about that. So like but like for my peers, they were like, no. No, let's talk about boys. I don't want to talk about boys. Let's talk about other stuff.
I feel like as a kid, I feel like this is where both my praise kink and my need to know a little bit about everything comes from. Because my dad's pretty autistic. I'm 100% sure. And I used to spend so much time as a child listening to him talk about his special interests. And I was like, I don't know. I can't converse with my father. I have nothing to say. So I would look up and I would like listen to his music and read his books and like play his games. So that I was like, oh, now I have something to say. Hey, Dad, did you know that movie you put on? Da 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 da. And then it was almost like he loved me.
Yeah.
Oh man, no. So yeah. So wait, what is yours? Only as a kid or only as an adult?
See, now I don't like it is now I don't care if people don't like my interest. I won't talk to them about it. Like
okay, so you only like to talk to people.
I'll talk about what they want to talk about.
Oh,
but
but do you like it?
Yeah, do you like it?
Well, I like talking about you with you guys like that. I enjoy socializing because I like you guys. If I like you, then yeah, talk to me whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she does ask a lot of questions. Like even like with strangers, if she's talking to them, she'll ask about them like
yeah, but so
questions.
do I. But that's because I read it in a book. People like to talk about themselves, so you ask them questions, and then they like you more. That's just how that works.
On them.
You say their name a lot in conversation. Yeah, like this is basic communication 101.
It's baffling to me because I have like so many followers on TikTok, and I have a lot of people that want to be my friend. I am the most least like interactive with other people. Like I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to know them.
And you have the more people who like you.
Yeah, like I don't understand.
I don't know. We'll have to release these results. Once they realize you're a sociopath, then we'll see.
Yeah. So I don't know what answer. So my answer, I don't know what my answer is. I only enjoy listening to people that I like. Like that's.
So do you want to just say true only now?
Sure. Yeah, let's just say true only now.
Yeah. Just like let's see. This is why these tests are so hard. I don't. These aren't the answers I want.
Oh gosh, we're gonna have to like speed run. We're like halfway through. We're not even halfway through yet. Okay. I focus on details rather than the overall idea.
True. Always about the details.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I was showing you guys the details I was working on tonight. So, okay, 10. I always notice how food feels in my mouth. This is more important to me than how it tastes.
True, always. Or smells. That's another one.
Yeah. It does that. Yeah, sensory processing disorder. So, like, if it smells a certain way, no. But the problem is, growing up, I was in a smoking home. So my sense of smell wasn't very good. My sense of taste, not very good. Very poor. So whenever I could get food, I ate it. So I'm going to say this is more now than I was when I was younger.
For me, it's always been a thing, I think. Like bananas, I have not eaten a banana since I was 4 years old. I love because banana. I do not like the mush in my mouth. I love anything with banana, but the actual banana, no.
I don't like the real taste of banana. I like artificial banana. I do not like the taste of real banana.
Oh, I have no problem with the taste. It's literally just the mush.
No, I prefer the artificial flavor.
It depends on what the banana smells like. That's since I got COVID, food isn't as fun. Because it doesn't always smell. It comes and goes. And I'm like, and the like food quality has gone to shit too. Like at the same time, you buy ready-made food. You're like, what the fuck is this? Like, is this COVID or is this bad?
We should do that as like a taste test one day.
Yeah.
Is it COVID or is it bad?
So I gotta say more now. Okay. That one. Because in the younger, I just didn't care. I would eat whatever I could get.
Okay. And the next one is, I miss my best friends or family when we are apart for a long time.
Dummy, are you going to say you don't miss me? You fucking bitch.
Okay. do. Just no, I do miss you. I won't cry about it until you're not.
You don't have to be sad. Like, you don't have to cry, okay? You could have different feelings. But, like, it's different. So, like, out of sight, out of mind, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
I haven't seen my family, my siblings in forever, and I'm fine with that. But when I see them again, I'm like, oh my God, I fucking missed them. Like, you're just like, oh, wait, I do love you. I miss you. Like, so, like, you just don't think about it. That's what it is, right? Like, so when I like see you guys, like when we're doing our thing, I'm like, oh my God, I'm talking to you guys. Awesome. But like once you're gone, I'm like, it's cool. Like,
yeah, I don't miss you guys because we talk every day.
Yeah.
Like I don't get a chance. I don't even miss my husband. He goes away and it's like we talk still all the time. He just messages me. And so it's like, okay, when am I going to get a chance to miss you?
Miss you. Yeah.
You know? So so for me, I'm putting like never true. Like it's the out of sight, out of mind thing. I'll miss you when I see you again.
That's what it is. It hits, right? You're like, oh my God, I missed you. Yeah.
But see, it doesn't say when I see you again. It says when we are apart for a long time.
So it's a stupid question.
So what are your guys' answers?
Well, since it always happens, when I see them again, I miss them. Like I realize. So I'm going to say always because it always happens.
What about you, Don?
Now, not when I was a kid. I didn't miss anyone when I was a kid.
We were always together. There was
there was not my mom would go to my stepdad's all the fucking time, and I wouldn't miss her. And I loved my mom, and you just
have different priorities when you're a kid. I think, right? You're just like parents are always there. Who cares?
Yeah, you're like my parents will come back. Like, why would I miss them? You know, they'll come back.
I don't know. I just didn't miss people. I don't know.
Because you're a psychopath.
Watch, that's like it comes up and her number is just like psychopath.
Stay away from this person.
Yeah,
or
make sure they're medicated. Yeah, always medicated.
Oh my God, we're gonna have to make this a 2-parter. I think.
How many out of questions is there?
Too many.
We're at 12.
Oh yeah, so we're about a quarter of the way done.
Okay, we'll do a 2-parter. It's fine.
We'll just keep going. It's fine. Just keep going. And
okay, we'll just power through. We'll see what we can do till we pass out.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay. Sometimes I offend others by saying what I am thinking, even if I don't mean to.
Yeah,
always.
Yeah, always for me.
Always.
I only like to think and talk about a few things that interest me.
Always.
No. I'll talk about whatever people want me to talk about.
Yeah, I feel like context is important in that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like the prize is more important, like whatever it is, you know, it's more important than just talking about what interests me. I'd rather go out to eat in a restaurant by myself than with someone I know.
No. Except for I don't mind eating alone. Like I enjoy it more going with like Kyle. The restaurant can't be busy. See, that's the problem. It can't have anybody else in there. Very few people, and I have to sit in a spot where I can't see anyone anyway.
Well, that's why I like going like out with you guys, and then we get shit faced at like Montana's.
Like, right? It doesn't matter. Yeah,
I'm putting never
on the person. Like
I'm comfortable eating by myself, but I would prefer.
Yeah, even I would prefer someone, and I'm a sociopath, so.
Yeah, no, I don't care who I'm with. I just care where I'm sitting.
Well, this is just with who you're with, so
as long as I can still sit in the corner somewhere, I don't care.
Okay, so true.
So always true that you don't care if you're by yourself?
With someone, by myself, as long as I can't see anybody.
Besides who you're with.
Who I'm with, exactly. I need
private booths.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine what it would be like to be somebody else.
Like pretending to be somebody else, like a character in a show?
Just imagining it. just I feel like that's part of empathy too, because you're putting yourself.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I can't picture myself being anyone else.
I used to do like acting and stuff, so that was kind of like the point of it.
I do like acting in my head, where I can pretend to be like a superhero character. Yeah, but I can't do it out loud because it never comes out of the crayon factory. It never comes out the way it's supposed to. So I can pretend
just imagining it. It's just
That's
imagining.
Right.
That's in
imaginary
your head.
Play. Yes, I can do imaginary play
all the time.
All the time, yeah.
Okay. And Dawn is never.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
A lot of nevers.
I know, it's always never. Like, if I can just do across the board nevers.
Yeah, I have been told that I am clumsy or uncoordinated.
Always.
More as a kid than now. Like, I'm not as clumsy now as I was as a kid.
So it was true only when you were younger than 16?
Yeah.
See, for me, it's the opposite. I learned that sports make you cool. So I started trying out for sports when I was in grade 4. And then by like grade 9, I was playing for like the city baseball team. And, you know, I was on the wrestling team and I was doing all these sports because I thought it made you cool. It didn't, but I got good at sports. So I was pretty okay with that. And then as I got older, I got more sedentary, you know, all my work is on a computer. So now like walking is hard. So I got a crappy leg that gives out once in a while. So yeah, true only now for me.
Oh wait, but I can run. So like jogging, I'm not clumsy, but everything else, like living my daily life, I'm very clumsy. Like walking. Like today, I poked my client in the eye.
Like old age counts, though. Like I don't think like if your knee gives out because of your limbs, that makes you clumsy. I think if you stub your toe like 3 times in 1 week, that makes you clumsy.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah.
See, I don't.
There's no reason for having my toes. They just kick things.
I hit my teeth too much taking a drink of something.
Yes, always like
yeah, that's clumsy.
Why? Why is that? I should know where my face is by now. You'd think 32 years. Come on.
Yeah, no, everything. Bonk.
Isn't that hand-eye coordination though? Like, isn't that part of
the clumsy thing?
Yeah, my kids
drop things. It's hand-eye coordination. They'd also say you're clumsy.
Yeah.
So Kyle used to play like competitive sports all the time. Not a single one of our kids are like that. You should see them try to like do a run or skip or anything. It's fucking hilarious. Like fucking cartoon characters. I'm like, okay, they got my clumsy awkwardness, but extreme. Like so extreme.
Crank the dial up a little bit.
It was like, I don't understand. Like all of them. So Kyle and I are both like on the spectrum. And the kids got all of our worst traits to extreme. Like, how the fuck does that happen? My sister's kids, they're fine. Like, I don't understand. My brother's
so Nicholas is literally the opposite of both me and David. So me, I don't make friends purposely, or I don't like put myself out there purposely. But my kid does, and neither does my husband. But my kid, he's going into broadcasting because he wants to be on television. And he took like acting courses before, like in school. And he's very like out there. And he did sports teams. He did soccer. He's on the swim team now. He's very athletic, and that's not me or his dad. Like, so I don't know how the hell that happened.
Others consider me odd or different.
Yes.
There.
Always.
Okay.
Even when I was a kid, they just told me to stop being like that.
Yes. Same seas. What about you, Dawn?
Dawn's always.
Yeah, always.
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 Okay.
That's the only thing we have in common is being weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's your special interest.
Because I'm unapologetic about it, and she's like too worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I understand when friends need to be comforted.
Summary? No.
I understand.
She's just not going to do it.
There's a difference. Yeah. See, I do understand always. I do understand. Doesn't mean I have to care about it though. So always.
Always.
Me, it's true only now. As a kid, I was real bad with that shit.
Mine's always. Not just like friends, fucking strangers. It's bullshit.
As a kid, I was just very aloof. I was very like, I don't know. I was like, I feel like I wasn't getting supported enough. So I got like pissed off when other people needed me to support them. And I was like, I'm a child and I want support. So I'd be like, I'm gonna spread gossip about you instead because it makes me.
I think
cool.
maybe I overcompensated. Like I didn't get much support, so I needed to support everybody. Like even though,
I was too self-absorbed. Like even as a kid, I was really self-absorbed. My older brothers, like they didn't live with me, didn't have to really share any attention with them. And so I don't know, I was just really self-absorbed. Like I just didn't care about other people.
And then like I helped take care of you. Or like, fuck, what do you need, Dumry? You're sad? It's okay. You need help going down this hill? I won't make fun of you. It's fine. I'll just cheer you on. Like, you didn't need that shit. That's why I enabled you. Good job, Marie.
Okay, well, here's the next question. I am very sensitive to the way my clothes feel when I touch them. How they feel is more important to me than how they look.
Yes.
True. Always.
True.
Always.
I used to wear like fucking pajamas to school all the time. And I was just like, oh, it's because I'm so cool and just I don't care how I look. But really it was because I hated certain clothes. So
no, I had to wear what I got, but I didn't like it.
I loved baggy men's t-shirts. That's all I would wear.
Oh yeah, I wore baggy man's clothes for a long time too.
All I would wear was sweaters. In gym class, I got like in the 8th grade, they're like, you need to like wear a t-shirt. I'm like, no, I'm wearing a sweater. Sucks to be you. Even now, like I need to be cold always, but I will wear a sweater even when I'm fucking hot because I need. It's not just the texture thing. It's like a
cocoon.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh, yeah. It's more than texture. It's how it feels on my body.
I always have a house blanket. So like half the time I'm like walking around with like a cape, but it's just like my blanket around me while I'm walking around the house. Yeah. And it's just me with my house blanket. Like don't ask me to use my arms.
A dad robe. Like all he does is like wear his dad robe all the time.
Yeah, it's important. It's kind of like a hug without being touched. Yeah. Like don't fucking touch me, but like give me a sweater.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I like to copy the way certain people speak and act. It helps me appear more normal.
Always.
No, I can't. I try and it doesn't work.
So never?
Never. Except like masking is different. Well,
I feel like this is masking. It's asking
this is masking
because it's saying it helps you appear normal. Now,
yeah.
I feel like as a kid, I used to do it more to appear normal, but as an adult, I use it to like get things. Like, you know, like it's a manipulation, but not even just manipulation. Because like I mimic Jennifer Coolidge because it's fun to talk like her, you know, that kind of stuff now. So I just use that skill for other things other than being normal. But as a kid, I definitely did it for being normal.
Yes, as a kid. It was a problem because whenever I try to be myself, people are like, don't do that.
Yeah.
So now I do it for work stuff. I've always been like a social worker, child protective services, and an advocate. So when you're like advocating for people, they want you to seem confident. So you kind of just like pretend to be a grown up and get shit done for other people. So on the outside, I'm normal, but on the inside, I'm not.
So what's your answer?
Although I do it less now. So I'm going to say less now than when a kid. Because where I work now, they have autism, so I don't need to mask. Yeah. So perfect. It's wonderful.
Well, this question is kind of along the same line. So it's, I have to act normal to please other people and make them like me. For me, this is when I was younger. I feel like now people embrace weird more. You know, you're allowed to talk about your weird special interests, and then you'll go viral on TikTok for it.
Dawn.
You know what I mean? Like that's. I feel like because it's more accepted now. Like if you have something weird, people are like, "Oh, that's kind of cool," you know. Versus when I was younger.
Yeah, when I was younger, people. And it wasn't weird. I'm sure I was. Fuck, I was so weird.
You were weird. I was weird too.
Yeah, we had like a mud club. It was so fucking weird. And
we did.
Yeah, and we were like older. Well, I was older. I was like 12.
What's a mud club?
You make things out of mud.
Oh my god, we just covered like leaves that fell off and made them mud and then said they were badges. And
When I was 11, we started a Beanie Baby club, and we each made a trading card of our Beanie Baby.
Oh, that's cute. That's
cute.
We met at the tree at recess.
That is cute, though. But I think I was never. I don't know. Yeah, people just, I don't know. Whenever I tried to like talk to, I only had a small group of friends, okay? I had 5 friends, one of them being Dawn Marie, and the other 4 is like, no, let's not talk about that stuff. So I just kind of like did whatever they did. And then I did whatever Dawn Marie did. So like
that was very similar. Like, I mean, I was the new kid up until like grade 5, and then I got to kind of follow my one best friend through all the different schools, because just the way our school's grades laid out, you had to like move. And but we'd have like a larger group of friends, and she would act different in the large group of friends. Therefore, I acted different in the large group of friends. But when it was just me and her, we were like weirdos. So
okay,
you know,
yeah, it depends on who you're with.
Right, yeah, very, very loud. What's your answer, Dawn?
Okay, this is gonna sound really bad. I have different personalities for different people. Like my mother-in-law, I act totally different.
Yeah, you're just different masks, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think I even act different with Sonia than I do with you, Jessica. Honest to God. I think I'm different when I'm, like, alone with you than when I'm alone with her. I don't know why, but it just is.
Probably. When I was alone with you, I forgot to wash the conditioner out of my hair. I, like, walked out, and I'm like, I had to wash it in the sink. So, yeah. I feel like with Sonia, I would have been embarrassed. I would have been like, oh.
But with me, she's like, nah, this bitch won't care what other way. Like, it won't matter.
I'm so judgy.
No, I just feel like you would have been like, oh, that's okay. It's okay. It happens. And then I would feel like I would be like, oh, no. Oh, no. Like, you know,
I'm like, whatever happens.
Yeah, you're just like, it's so cool. And I'd be like, I'm so sorry.
But with me, she don't care. She's just like, whatever.
What's Dawn gonna say? She doesn't feel anything.
Right? She won't even notice.
Wait, so what's your answer, Dawn?
I don't feel anything.
Never?
I don't feel nothing.
Never.
Okay, what was the question? Wait, that was the copying people, right? Okay.
Yeah, I don't copy anybody.
Okay. It can be very intimidating for me to talk to more than one person at the same time.
Always.
Yeah, always.
Except for you guys. Like, you're an exception to the rule. You're my comfort, like, exception to the rules, people.
I feel it's hard to gauge different people if I have to do multiple people. If I'm one-on-one,
so no,
I can read people better. Huh?
So no orgies. You're like, I'm difficult if I have to do more than one.
No, I would never do that ever. It has to be one-on-one.
Yeah, I don't think I could either. Like, that's too much. Like, that's
like someone gets left out. Okay.
So no, you don't have to be socializing. What?
So never?
Never.
I thought it would be always.
Yeah, or always. Sorry.
Always. I put me and Sonia's always.
Yeah, it can be. So you're both
always?
Always.
Yeah,
never.
I got the social anxiety. Less people, the better.
Really? For me, it's like the more people, the better, because then it's less pressure on me. You know, I don't have to carry a conversation.
They can like buy each other, and then
and I'm just there to chime in every once in a while. You know?
No. What about if it was an interview and it's a panel of people that are interviewing you rather than one person?
Well, then that's means
where I'd be intimidated as fuck.
I only need a couple of them to like me instead of just that one person, right?
Yeah, but you don't know which ones are going to like you no matter what couple. So you have to gauge each and single one.
The most people who like me, the better.
Well, I'm just playing the odds, okay? If it's just one person, I have to make 100% of the people to like me. But if it's 5 people, I only need 60% of the people to like me.
So.
See, it's like less pressure, right?
Less intimidating.
Yeah, that's less intimidating than just having to make that one person like me. I'm just playing the odds here. Okay. Meeting new people is usually easy for me.
No.
Yes.
Online. Online
I can meet people.
But in the I'm gonna
even
put
online,
never.
not really. Although when it includes my interests, I can go. So like when we moved here, there was like this board game group that meets up, and I couldn't go with Kyle because he had to stay home. So I went in by myself, and I was like, it's okay. Like I sweated like so bad. It's like super nervous, but I was like, it's board games. It's okay. You're gonna go play board games. So like that is okay. But I'm still a nervous fucking wreck. Like it's
yeah, so it's not easy for you then.
No, it's not easy, but I'll do it.
Well, it just says it's usually easy for you.
It's not, never easy. Like
it
you,
John.
Yeah. And mine's always. I don't know why, but it's always easy for me.
Because you won't care about them. You don't care what they think about you. You don't.
It attracts them. They just love it. They're just like, he doesn't care. We love
they
that.
want to impress you. It's that thing. It's like when someone doesn't care and you just like, oh, well, now I need them to like care,
right?
you know?
Yeah, you gotta like
Except you don't need shampoo in your hair. You don't give a shit.
Yeah, no. Well, what are you gonna do? Not care more? Like,
it's you already have the bars on the floor.
Okay, I get highly confused when someone interrupts me when I'm talking about something I'm interested in.
Like you get confused, like you lose your train of thought.
I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
I always, lose my train of thought.
Listen, I just get confused, period. So the answer would always be always for me.
That question doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I feel like it depends on your autism, I guess. Like or your ADHD sometimes. Some people like I lose my train of thought all the time.
Yeah.
But like I'm not getting confused. I'm getting forgetful, but then I just like
there's a difference, right? Yeah. There's be confusion and forgetfulness.
Yeah. I said true when I was younger because I feel like now I can at least like unconfuse my way around it, you know? Like I'm not confused. I can like keep the conversation going and not just stop it dead in its tracks.
I just laugh and nod.
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna say never. I can keep going.
Okay. It is difficult for me to understand how other people are feeling when we are talking.
False. Or like false.
True now and when I was young. True only now. True only when I was younger than 16 or never true.
Never true.
Never.
Never, I guess. I don't know.
You're confused. Because this is opposite, Dawn Marie. This is you are aware and paying attention to how people are feeling in conversation.
No, I'm not. I'm never paying attention, so never. Clearly, I just demonstrated that one.
It is difficult for me to understand how other people are feeling. So is it difficult for you or not difficult for you?
Oh, it is difficult.
So
always.
It's true.
Yeah. Always.
Always.
Is it difficult for you, this question?
See, this is like the question
my gosh.
asked, but miss like answered. This is how people fail tests.
There's no right or wrong answers, guys. Okay, I like having a conversation with several people, for instance, around a dinner table, at school, or at work.
As opposed to?
Just one-on-one?
Just one-on-one. See, for me, it's true. Because
I rather one-on-one.
I specified for the other one, so never for Dawn.
Yeah, never.
Talking to you guys, and I'll talk while playing board games. But
you're more social than you think, Sonia. Like
when I'm at home, I don't like talking to anybody, like ever. Like Kyle has to force conversation on me.
But strangers, you're fine with.
I pretend. Like I have super bad social anxiety. That's probably why I've been just always sweaty. It's because I just pretend.
Well, what is your answer?
I'm gonna say I do it more now than when I was younger.
So true only now. I take things too literally, so I often miss what people are trying to say. I'm saying true for me. I understand things like hyperbole and sarcasm. I'm not missing those things, but sometimes someone will say, hey, I'm going to do this thing. And then I will think they're actually going to do that thing. And then when they don't do it, I get pissed off because they didn't do the thing. And they're like, I meant later. Well, you didn't fucking say that. So I don't care.
They didn't give you a specific time. My kids are like that. They're like, well, it's been 5 minutes. I was like,
you said 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I literally put the timer on for 5 minutes.
Are way too literal. I'm not literal. Like I can do sarcasm, everything. Sometimes I miss it. But like I feel like that's because I wasn't fully paying attention to what the person was saying. I was in my head. So like I understand it when I'm paying attention. So never.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm never too.
Never. It is very difficult for me to understand when someone is embarrassed or jealous. And this is never true for me. I actually have this problem when people get embarrassed or do something embarrassing.
Yeah, secondhand embarrassing. Yeah.
Oh my god, it hurts.
It does. I'm like, I gotta leave.
Physically hurts. And like I'm this type of person. If someone farts around me and they're like, we're not that close, I just ignore it. I'm like, I'm gonna let it go. Like, I'm not bringing it up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I smell it, even if I do. I'm not gonna do anything. The only time I'll do that is if someone else does it, and I'm just like, it's not me. Like I know it's not me for a fact. Don't you?
I heard it.
Yeah. But like, I'm not gonna bring attention to it because I don't want to embarrass a person because that physically hurts.
Yeah. No, I hate embarrassment. That's
always
empathy. Like fucking, I hate it.
Wait, it's always difficult or it's never difficult? Because the question is it is very difficult for me to understand when someone is embarrassed or jealous.
No, it's not difficult.
Okay.
I am never. Always know. I know. Always.
Yeah, I know. I know when someone's embarrassed or jealous.
Yeah, always.
I can always tell.
Okay.
Always.
Some ordinary textures that do not bother others feel very offensive when they touch my skin.
True. Always.
True.
Always.
Microfiber cloths.
I actually don't mind those.
I can't.
Kyle hates them, so we have them because I like them. And then I'm like, it just reminds me I need to exfoliate and moisturize my hands. I love it as an alarm. I'm like, oh, I need to go. My hands are so smooth. So I have to it means I just have to go and exfoliate and moisturize. That's it. That's what it reminds me of. If any of my hands catches on the fabric, I'm like, I need to go exfoliate and moisturize.
No, can't stand them.
But other things I can't.
I cannot touch raw meat at all.
It burns my skin. Burns my skin.
Yeah, I will literally throw up. If it touches my skin, I have to use tongs or anything. I can't touch raw meat. Raw chicken, raw beef, it doesn't matter. I can't touch it. It's slimy to me, and it makes my skin literally crawl.
I have to touch it, but it does cause a chemical reaction to me. That I think that's not a sensory thing. I think that's just I have sensitive skin. I have to touch things. The sink, the stuff, the food in the sink. No.
Yeah. Oh, that's a gross one. Unclogging things in general.
Hair in the drain of the shower.
I'm the one that has to do that all the time. All of these. We don't have gender roles in my house. I do most of the male jobs.
Except for anything with poop. That's all Kyle.
I'm jealous.
It's that's just his only job. Okay, there's a lot of shit
I'm
in my
the one
house.
that has to deal with poop all the time.
Chris does change litters every once in a while and change lyrics poops most of the time. So I'm thankful for that.
No, it just as soon as I met Kyle, that just became his job. That was just he was my savior, my poop savior. Anything poop related, he just did it. And now with 100 animals and kids.
He's regretting this.
I'm pretty sure he does, but like, who else is gonna take him in? No one. It's me. No one will love him as much as I
That's
love
where all
him.
the poopies touch. No one wants him.
I know. But like, I've always like, if I've had to do it, I do it. But like, it's fucking disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Okay,
let's keep going.
Yeah. Next question. I get extremely upset when the way I like to do things is suddenly changed.
Oh, always.
Always for me. I'm getting better at controlling it. I get upset, but I'm not like melting down or anything. But you know, like there used to be times where I'd be like, I planned the next like 4 hours. Like, I'm sorry that you didn't convey your plan to me, but this is the plan that I made because you didn't convey your plan to me. I'm talking to someone very specific, Chris. And so it would be like, well, just because you didn't have a plan doesn't mean my plan shouldn't be followed. Like, if you had been a part of the planning process, maybe I wouldn't be so upset.
I just get cranky.
Yeah.
Dawn, you have to get stuff done. Dawn, you're like, we weren't even able to do Instacart for like years. You're like, no, I need to do it a certain way.
Yeah. No. Like, I'm so set in my ways. Like, I'm such a senior citizen. Oh my God. Like, I'm set in my ways. No, like, I have to do things a certain way. I have to have like patterns. No, I can't. If things go out of order, if I don't have my cleaning schedule the way I need it done, I'll freak out. I will lose my shit if I don't get certain things done. Like, no, I can't handle that. But like, if people cancel plans on me, I'm chill about that. I'm like, okay, then I can lounge around. That's like their problem. So I'm like, But it's when it's my problem, I can't do something, I freak out. Does that make sense?
Yep. What's your answer, Sonia?
Mine is, I actually thrive on just going with the flow. But if something doesn't go my way, I'm kind of cranky about it. Like, but I get over it. So
okay, so what's your answer?
I don't know. What is my answer?
My answer for her.
Yeah, I don't care. We'll go, I don't care. I care, but I don't care.
I don't care is not an answer. Do you mean never true?
Never true. Sure. It is true, but at the same time.
Okay, there's true now and when I was young. True only now, or true only when I was younger than 16. Or never true.
It's true all the time and never true. It's both.
Unfortunately, it doesn't let me check more than one.
Oh, man.
The fucking autism is going hard.
You know what? I'm going to say always, because I am upset. I just can like go through with it.
That's the thing. Is like now I can go through with it more, like the emotions of it. Before I would just react.
Yeah,
you know. So I still said always because it's still emotionally hitting me, even if the actions aren't like.
Yeah. I'm disappointed, but I can get over it.
See, this is why I couldn't forget to wash the conditioner out of my hair. I knew it would disappoint you. Like, you wouldn't be upset.
I'd just be disappointed.
I have never wanted or needed to have what other people call an intimate relationship. I always wanted like someone to touch me every once in a while. Always.
Always. No, I don't care.
I have a problem even when like I was like single and stuff like that. It would be like, yeah, like I just need someone to like physical intimacy, baby.
No.
I like being alone. I don't like
Me
cuddling.
too.
I don't like touching. Like Kyle is like love language is touch. So like I'll touch him sometimes. Like I'll hug him, I'll hold him. But mine's active services. So he makes me coffee, you know? Like but no. And my kids are great because they don't always want hugs. So like they're like, oh, I need a hug. I'm like, okay, I can give them one. But yeah, no, I've never really like, my first crush was Donatello because like he wasn't a person, but he was like super smart and cool. Yeah. And that's like,
well, it says intimate relationship, not just physical, just intimate.
Yes. So yeah, no, I don't know. I never was like, oh, that's like my main goal in life. But now I have Kyle because I was like, oh, I love his energy. I want his energy around my energy. So like, but yeah, I don't know. No, I don't care. I think more now than I did before. Sure. Yeah. Sure. I don't want to have raised these kids by myself.
What about you, Don?
Oh, I don't care about intimacy at all.
Of course you don't.
I don't.
My husband sleeps in a separate bedroom, guys. Like, I do not give a shit.
Oh, I care more now than I did before.
It is difficult for me to start and stop a conversation. I need to keep going until I am finished.
Never.
Oh, for me, it's true. Like I will stop. Like, that's one reason I like the podcast, because it has like, we start it and we end it. Like, yay.
Yeah, you know when it's going to start. And
exactly. But like other times I'm like, am I allowed to leave now?
Or just leave?
Oh.
Okay, bye.
I speak with a normal rhythm.
I don't know.
We're Canadian. Never.
Well, we do the normal for Canada. Yeah, the Canadian rise.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what my fuck. You guys sound normal to me.
Yeah, I know I'm really animated, so I know when like I meet new people all the time, I can see I don't know. I tend to like fluctuate a lot. So I say no. I say I don't.
I've never.
So what are you, Sonia?
I'm normal.
Oh my god.
You're normal always. You were always normal.
I'm always normal. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
No one ever commented on it. No. I've had people comment on how I like am all over the place with how I talk. So
no one has ever said anything to me out loud. My laugh, is that like
no?
It says speak. It says speak, not laugh.
I use my laughter as language though.
But you're not speaking your laugh.
No.
You're not like ha ha ha.
No, it's just a laugh.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. No, it's just like sometimes just a response. Like,
yeah.
So no, I think I'm normal. I'm normal.
She's an always and I'm a never.
You're allowed to be normal.
I'm normal.
Okay, the same sound, color, or texture can suddenly change from very sensitive to very dull.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Always across the board.
Always across the board.
The phrase. Oh no, because this does. Okay. The phrase "I've got you under my skin" makes you uncomfortable.
No.
Always.
Oh, it's gross to me.
Never.
It makes me think of like those big needles piercing under.
Yes. Do you remember like putting your like the big like pins in your skin?
See, that's gross. Don't do that.
See?
Yeah, but that's what it makes me think of.
No.
It makes me think
under
of
my
things
skin.
under
You
your
think of those
skin.
pins.
No,
when people used to put
don't.
pins.
No, I just don't think about those things.
You will now.
Usually words do not upset me. It's actions that upset me.
Some words are just gross.
I know. I can hear any word. It's Dawn going, there's needles going through, pinching your skin and like being active. Like, no.
Right. Sometimes the sound of a word or a high-pitched noise can be painful to my ears.
True.
Yes, always.
Same Z's. I am an understanding type of person.
Always. Summer's like
always.
Never.
I am understanding. Hold on. I understand things. I just don't give a fuck. See, so I can say always.
There you go. There's no context for it, so it's fine.
Yeah. For me, I stuck with the same thing because I read it as like empathy. And as a child, I was too inward focused and not outward focused towards other people. So I said true only now. I was still very my political stances on a lot of things were the same when I was a kid, but I don't think I really understood the full scope as to why like I do now. So again, that's just, I lacked empathy at that point. I wasn't taught it. My parents still don't know. I do not connect with characters in movies and cannot feel what they feel. Never. I connect with every single one of them.
I always like, I'm Linda from Bob's Burgers. I'm Roger from Family Guy or American Dad. Yeah. I'd rather be those characters than myself. Like
100%.
I rarely ever could see myself as anyone else. Like,
of course, sociopath.
That's right.
Sorry. that was harsh. I hope you didn't misread that tone. I hope that wasn't rude.
That was the real tone. There was nothing to miss.
Yeah, there was nothing to miss. That was straightforward there.
See, I knew that.
Ask if I care.
Okay, how about this one? I cannot tell when someone is flirting with me.
True. Always. 100%.
Oh, I never can tell.
I'm the opposite, where I think wait, actually no, because this is a cannot tell. I always think everyone is flirting with me.
So maybe that's you can't tell. That's like the opposite.
Like half the time, if they're like men online, they are. And
that's
I'm usually right. And then there was
time.
But then there's been
like,
time when I'm like, oh, maybe this woman is hitting on me. And then she starts making out with me, and I'm like, oh, see, I was right. So see, it's been 100% track record.
I can tell when people are flirting with other people, just not with myself. Like, I was telling Sonia one day, I'm like, if they send you a heart, that means they like you, like that they're flirting. And she's like, no, it's not.
Okay, but me and Sonia flirt all the time as like jokes. Like I'm constantly taunting my tits in front of her.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, we gotta measure sometime.
Friend flirting isn't like that's not the same thing.
I send you guys pictures of my butt before I send them to my husband for quality.
Yeah,
control.
see, that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
That's not that. Yeah, that does not count.
Like, yeah, I think when you're like checking in with your friends, that doesn't count.
Okay, but online flirting is like if there's someone sends you like a winky face or a heart, I think that's flirting.
No, because that's just like communication. Like that.
Yeah, communicating the flirt. Like,
okay, I think if they like the comment with a heart, like you know how you can like react to certain things, I don't think that's flirting. I think that's like, oh, I love that thing. Like,
I heart everything.
Cool. But I think if they send you a heart individually, like they actually like put it in the message, like the message is the heart.
No. If a guy is sending a heart, he's flirting because it's like you have to scroll up and over. No, if a guy isn't flirting, he'll just like it with the thumbs up, whatever.
Well, that's what
if it's a dude that goes up and over to put that heart, he's flirting. I don't care.
Like, he put effort in, he's flirting.
Yeah, damn right.
Men don't put effort into women at all unless they think they're gonna get laid.
Exactly.
No. That just made all of my like friendships uncomfortable.
Sorry.
I've literally I've had some male friends who are married and shit like send me like a meme or something that's kind of like, you know, and I'm like, would your wife be okay knowing you sent me that? And then they'd be like, probably not. And I'm like, so don't send it to me. Don't always think like if like any conversation I have with like a man online, it's always like, if Chris saw this, would he be upset with something? Because it's like a respect thing. Like that's it's not even like a cheating thing. It's like a straight up just respect thing, you know? So I feel like men forget they weren't brought up to respect women. They gotta be taught, you know?
No, it's like I used to I had like more friends and Kyle's like, that guy's flirting with you. I'm like, no, he's not. And then like down the line he asks me out. He's like, haha, I told you.
Right.
So I never notice.
Okay, so maybe it's true because, like, I just think everyone's
you're overly, so yours is the opposite. You're like,
I'm still not understanding though.
You don't know what's going on. Yeah,
like I'm just so hot, guys. You're all gonna love me. I can see in my mind in exact detail things that I am interested in.
Yes, like the mind's eye. Yes. Always. Kyle does not have a mind's eye.
I don't know if Chris has a mind's eye.
How do you do those things? Like, so I'll be like, so when you're reading a book, you don't like have stories in your head?
I always do.
I'm like, why do you read then? What's the fucking point in reading if you don't see like?
I have to picture it. Like I have to literally make it a movie in my head when I'm reading.
Yeah, no, I do the same thing. Chris, he like listens to a lot of like self-help books and stuff. Like fiction books is not for him, and I feel like maybe that's because he can't picture it.
Kyle's RPG, like fantasy, sci-fi. So like he can't picture it, but he's like obsessed with it. Like, I don't know. But self-help, like, how would you imagine that stuff?
But that's what I'm saying. That's maybe why he listens to it, right? Because he doesn't have
doing
to.
the dishes.
So I think I'm gonna end it here, and then we can, when we record our next episode, finish it up because we just hit the halfway point.
That was 40 questions, by the way. We just answered question 40.
We did just answer question 40, so we are halfway there. So we'll end it here. So if you want to find out how autistic we are, you're gonna have to listen to the next episode. But, yeah,
if you haven't figured it out, it's probably very like.
The fact, like, I remember doing this. I didn't remember it being so long, but then I guess we talked through every question.
Because they're, like, hard to understand. I don't understand them.
If you're listening, did these sound easy to you? Like, is it just an us thing? Please let us know. This is a very interactive episode. Let us know. Stephanie Hurst, our VIP patron, how did you feel answering these questions? We'll leave a link to the RAADS-R on our Patreon for our Patreon followers to follow, like our VIP Patreon, Stephanie Hurst. I can't wait to hear your score, Stephanie. So I guess we'll see you all next week with our results. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out when this episode comes out.
In a while.
Yeah, so it'll be after the live stream, I think. So hope you were there. If you're listening, I hope you were there at the live stream. We worked really hard on it.
Yeah, please be there.
Please.
Or you were there. Please would have been there.
If you weren't there when we announced our third one, you better be there. You owe us.
Yeah, next year.
next December, you owe us.
We'll see you next year.
Yeah. And be on the lookout the last week of December for some snippets of that live stream that will be released. We'll have a bunch of episodes released at the end of the year, all from that live stream, so you can listen to the parts you probably missed. I don't know. I guess there's nothing else to plug since
we have nothing else going on until the new year.
Oh my god!
I know.
Please still listen to us though. We're on holiday, but you listen to us. Thank you.
Yeah. Just hang out with us. It's fine.
Yeah. You're probably on holiday too. Listen to a podcast.
Yeah. Winter break.
Woo!
Woo.
Okay, well,
we're just gonna end it.
Yeah, we're just gonna end it because we're gonna have to redo. We're gonna have to finish this next time.
Because say bye.
It was not 3-hour episode. I'm sorry. I gotta pee.
Just say bye, guys. Say bye.
Good night. Bye.